Good morning, y'all. Welcome back. Today's the day. We're doing a 160-mile crossing all the way to Great Harbour Cay. We're gonna try and shoot a double-digit hog. Hopefully we can make that happen. Hopefully the weather's nice enough to we're able to get out to these, deeper reefs that hold these nicer fish. We've got some friends that have been over there recently, and there's fish all over the place, but we need to get over there, get it done. Good morning, everyone. About 9:37, a little later than we wanted to get out, but we're out here with everybody. We're gonna have a good time and gonna get some spearing done.
Alrighty, we just got to our first spot. We are starting a little shallow.
Alright guys, welcome back. We're gonna be voicing over a couple of these dives we did here in Great Harbour Cay, just to kind of break down the dives and what we learned and what we could have done better.
Yep, this video is actually one of Justin's first dives of the day. He's going down with the old Hawaiian sling on this nice hogfish.
We're in about 15-20 feet of water, and as soon as I jumped in, I saw this, really nice 6-7 pound hog, and I sneak up right behind him. He doesn't give me a broadside shot, so I shoot him right down through the spine. That's a shot I really wouldn't recommend. However,
it happened to work out in that case.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice stone shot. First fish of the trip.
Always be sure to bring and bleed, even though I stone. I just wanted to make sure I didn't nerve him. So this next dive here, we're in about maybe 15-20 feet of water. I see this real nice 15-20 pound black, and he's kind of just chilling out in the sand, and I go to dive on him, and for some reason this fish is just super spooky. Typically don't see a lot of fish this spooky in the Bahamas, but fortunately he goes into a little rock here. I don't apply too much pressure. I sneak down on top of him, and with a gun this wouldn't be any problem, but with a Hawaiian sling it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, the issue is you're coming down here. I mean, you have to hold the thing back the whole time and adjust yourself to get this shot under the rock.
And clear your ears and everything like that. And you can see his tail right there, and he's slowly moving back with his pectoral fins to kind of get a look at what I'm doing. And I did an absolute kook move here.
Yeah,
and I was waiting to see if I could get a headshot on him because I really don't want to shoot him in the side. I get impatient, running out of breath, and I shoot right under him in the sand. That broke my heart. If I had a pole spear, I would have had that fish every day of the week.
We're gonna go check out the east side. Hit some deeper stuff. So we had decided to move over to the east side of the island. There's usually a lot more fish over there, but we saw some really great structure, but didn't really run into tons of fish until we came across this one little patch. It's I want to say in like 35-40 feet of water, and it was just covered in mangroves.
I mean, this spot was just out in the middle of the sand, and with all this life around, you just knew there was going to be some nice fish around. There was that little black up in the water column, and I saw a couple of these nice little muttons hanging around, so I decided to drop down and, just see what I could see. And you could see all these mangroves are swirling around me, and there's a bunch of little hogs, and these muttons, they're coming in to check me out. I'm looking around, there's a nice little hog there, but not really quite what I'm looking for. Just keep looking.
Justin here is just, his strategy is to lay on the bottom, and this dive is pretty dang long. I didn't edit any of it out just so you could see what he's doing when he's laying on the bottom here. But getting towards the end of the dive,
this nice hog comes in, extend my arm, and I prematurely let the pole spear go, and it just bounces right off his nose.
But as soon as he shoots, he spots this bigger hog. He's completely out of air at this point. He's been down about a minute and a half. I'm down there and I just slide right up and also miss the hog. Luckily, this hog, you can see him there, he didn't seem too spooked. This is the next dive. The fish actually stayed on the same patch. And I mean, with that first shot, I took the tip of his nose off. But he stuck around, and you can see him right here at the top of the screen. Glided down onto him, and
really good holding shot right in those gills.
Yeah, but unfortunately it wasn't a stone shot and he got wrapped up.
I immediately went down for a recovery dive.
Luckily we got this fish up without having any sharks come in.
Hell yeah. He's solid. Maybe bigger. Our goal was to come out here and try and secure some dinner, but also try and beat a couple records while we're at it. We came very close to breaking our 10-pound goal for the hog. So I'm gonna alter our goal and say that 9 pounds is damn good enough. Oh, Hogzilla! Woo!
Okay guys, so we just wanted to give you a quick rundown on how we make our conch salad. So you first start obviously by taking the conch out of the shell, clean all the parts you can't eat off of the meat, and then you start dicing that meat up into cubes. It's up to you, but you can beat it out with a mallet. It kind of helps tenderize the meat, makes it a little bit more easy to chew, especially when it's this fresh. You can see we're all working here. And then you need to dice up a couple tomatoes, green peppers, red onion, and about 8 or 9 limes, and I typically try to use about half a lemon, and then serve it with chips. And that's it guys, that's one of our favorite things to eat while we're in the Bahamas.
Alright, we're heading to the blue hole.
Be sure to stay tuned. We're hitting them real hard tomorrow spearfishing, so keep watching. Some good stuff.
Let's go. All right, welcome back, y'all. It's 10:16. We're gonna go get them. We're gonna head out to Market Cay. We're on the street, so there's a lot of fish out there, and we're gonna try and get it done. So hop aboard. Let's go shoot some fish.
Alright guys, so on this day we decided to go extra far to Market Cay and see if we couldn't access some of these more remote reef lines in a little bit deeper water that some of the locals and other people don't typically get to dive.
One of the first spots we got in, you can see him right here, there was a huge cubera. Unfortunately, as soon as he saw us, he was out of there, but we estimate this fish was at least 40, 50 pounds.
There seemed to be quite a few cuberas hanging around, so we decided to drift the area a little bit, and this nice 10-15 pound cubera was sticking around, and Derek decides to make a nice dive on him. Kind of see he's pretty interested.
He kind of knew something was up, but he gave me a shot there, and I'll play this back in slow motion here. This fish, I think he dodged me.
I think you're shooting way too damn far.
Yeah, he was a bit far.
Alright guys, so on this dive, we were just dragging behind the boat. I look to my left and see this nice 6-7 pound hogfish just rooting up on top of this reef line here. And I come down, and he's kind of just sitting there, and then he turns toward me and then gives me a real nice broadside shot, and I stick him right there in the gills. Perfect holding shot, gorgeous fish.
Hogfish are like one of the easiest fish to shoot, and they're one of the best to eat, so I mean you really can't go wrong. And as a first fish of the day, actually finally getting one in the boat, pretty happy with it.
Alright guys, so on this next dive here, speaking of hogfish, there's an absolute brute sitting out here in the sand, and he's got like a little bar jack following him. I'm going down, and it's looking like it's gonna happen. He's kind of just, you know, chilling broadside, and then I don't know what happens here, but he just starts booking.
And on this spot, I remember there was actually a little bit of current. And when he turned like that, he turned to go down current, making it even harder to catch up with him. I'm above, this is my view right now, and I see this fish and it doesn't look like he's going to stick around too much longer. So instead of waiting for Justin to breathe up, I go ahead and make a dive.
Stole my fish.
Justin was not too happy about that, but
he's in the boat.
yeah,
Can't
so
complain about that.
Glide right down on him, and he's still just hanging out. And then as soon as I get close, he kind of gives me this kind of a quartering shot. And it was about 45, 50 foot deep here to the sand. So I tried to clip the pole spear off to my reel, but the reel jammed up. Justin comes down and grabs the pole spear with the fish, but
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. That was your fish, dude.
Yeah,
I thought you dove and I thought he was gonna book.
No, he was sticking around. That's a big male. All by himself out in the sand there.
So on this dive, we found this one ledge where the current hit, and there was like a whole bunch of bait up in the water column, and I mean there were just dog snapper all over it, like really nice ones. And dog snapper are really smart, so they keep finding these holes and going in and out and in and out. And I finally catch up with this one. You're gonna see him come out here in the bottom left. There he is. Looks at me, turns around, broadside shot, stick him right there behind the gill.
yeah.
He gets stuck, so I go in there, and in the Bahamas, there's always a lot of sharks, so you want to secure your fish as quickly as possible. Fortunately, I was able to get this fish untangled, and I was hugging him to my chest, and as I was coming up, there was nobody around. But you always want to be careful and have your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
Then on this dive, it was a nice little yellowjack. We really love these fish because they're, you could do anything you want with them. They're great for frying and absolutely amazing for ceviche and sashimi. Come down, take a nice long shot. And these fish are really strong, so you always want to be sure you got a buddy nearby, and you can see my buddies right there, right over me.
Alright guys, well, we're nearing the end of our trip here. Yesterday we got to get out and see a few more fish, but to be completely honest, I haven't seen a black over 20. And we've shot every really big hog that we've seen, and the biggest one we've got is about 9 pounds. Pretty happy with the hogs, just really haven't been able to find nice blacks. We've seen some big cubera, they haven't let us do anything with them. Seen some really big dogs, but got a short timetable. We're supposed to meet everybody else for lunch around 2. It's around 7:30 now. Wind has definitely picked up. We're gonna see what we can do. Alright, well this is our last day of spearfishing in Great Harbour Cay, and we started in some shallower stuff. One of our buddies gave us a couple of spots that were a little bit closer to shore. It was super rough this day, as you guys saw, but we showed up to this one spot. It has a really nice reef and a really nice ledge. As you can see, there is a little cubera in here, probably around 8-10 pounds. And again, I don't know what it is, but I guess I just can't hit these things. I'll play it back again in slow motion here, but I feel like, again, he dodged me, but maybe I'm just not so good with the pole spear.
Alright guys, so on this dive, we're just drifting some of this deeper reef in about 40-50 feet, and there's this really nice hog sitting out in the sand, and unlike last time, I ain't letting this one get away. So I dive down, dive right on top of him. You can just see he's just sitting there rooting in the sand, and I just put a real damper in his day there.
Yeah, good holding shot. It was nice and deep, but I came down just to kind of help out, and I wanted to film this fish. But I like how you go and you pull the pole up to you so you can get that fish just about in your hands, keeping it away from any sharks or anything. I want to keep that fish from dangling.
That's the strategy. And as always, we always make an effort to brain and bleed. Even if you did stone the fish, always want to make sure that you did not nerve them or anything like that. And bleeding always helps meat quality.
Taking Nassau may be a little controversial. It's not legal in the States, but in the Bahamas, to be completely honest, I saw more nice Nassau than I saw legal black grouper. As you can see here, this is a fat Nassau, but unfortunately he gets tied up and it's a little bit deep. You can see a shark's already there, so I'm looking up for Justin. I probably should have gone straight for the fish, but I think I was out of air.
He's got to let go of his pole spear because these Nassau are very notorious for sticking right outside of a hole. So you shoot them and they go right in there, and they start kicking up a whole bunch of sand and grunting and everything. And you could see that shark at the top of the screen made a 90-degree turn and came right after us as soon as this fish got rocked up. So
Yeah.
I immediately dived down, try and grab this thing. You can see my head's on a swivel here. I'm looking around, trying to get this fish out as quick as possible, so that way we avoid any altercations with sharks.
Yep, and my issue is now I'm at the surface with
No pole
I don't have
spear.
any pole spears, so even if a shark was coming up to Justin, there wasn't much I could do to keep him off of him. But I was just keeping an eye out. You can see there were a couple of small ones behind him.
Come here.
Hey, get us.
Oh, got pretty sharky.
Just picked up this nice Nassau.
I made a recovery dive in about 45 feet of water.
It's pretty rough, but
Making do with what we got.
Speaking of sharks, my dad shot this real nice hogfish, and unfortunately the slip tip did not deploy. This fish was able to make it to a hole. And when he made it to the hole, I mean, the sharks were on us like white on rice, and there was nothing we could do about it. They were all trying to crawl up in there and try and get this fish, and we were trying to see if we could get down there and extract the fish, but we were just trying to be very cautious because, I mean, these sharks were not very friendly and they were very aggressive. Alright guys, that's all we got for this video. If you liked the video, please subscribe for more, and feel free to leave a like and a comment. Thanks for watching.